NHL player does not want to participate in LGBT Day. Now, they're going to make this a Russia's bad thing, which, sometimes Russia be out of control. So I was wrong in saying that back then. I didn't realize I was. He gets dragged, and then some people surprisingly come out in defense of him.
Ruslan.
This is a wild story that I'm very intrigued by. Okay, so first of all, Young Turks, bigot NHL player puts his hatred above his team? Bro, what?
It's comical almost.
This is why Daily Wire and Crowder will always have a business.
Yes.
Because this is how loony this stuff is on the left. Like, this is utter asinine titling of this video.
Yep.
Right? And they thought they were like dunking. Like somebody was like, yeah, that's the one. Someone there was like, yeah. that's the title.
Like, what do you think the click-through rate is on this one?
Yeah, this is going to get them all. NHL player does not want to participate in LGBT Day. He gets labeled a bigot for it. They were doing wrapping their hockey sticks with rainbows,
and they had like the rainbow. They had the rainbow jersey,
and he was like, "No, I'm not doing that."
Yeah,
right, because of his faith. He gets dragged, and then some people surprisingly come out in defense of him. That very interesting because there's some backstory to that. Go ahead and play this though.
All right, so this is after the game, I believe, and this is the reporters asking about it.
Okay,
I respect everybody's choices. My choice is to stay true to myself and my religion. That's all I'm gonna say. Like I said, that's all I'm going to comment on that. If you have any hockey questions, I would answer those.
There you go. That's it. Yeah, pause it. That's the answer.
Boom.
I'm staying true to my faith and my religion. Do you have any questions about hockey?
No one would press him about it if the other community said that.
Yep. Ivan, that is his name. He's Russian. Shout out to, Russian Orthodox cats. They stand 10 toes down. All right, keep going.
If I keep my religion.
Russian Orthodox.
This is Ivan Provorov of the Philadelphia Flyers.
Oh, he said Russian Orthodox.
Russian Orthodox. Which, by the way, everyone that deconverts and deconstructs because of homophobia and white supremacy and all this stuff, the Orthodox Church is on this. I could tell you the Ethiopian Orthodox Church is on this. Yeah. I could tell you the Armenian Orthodox Church is on this. I could tell you the Coptic Church in Egypt is on this. Everybody's keeping the same energy on this topic. It's not just white evangelicals. Like, miss me with that. That's stupid, right? Yeah. Christians who follow within the lines of orthodoxy all are being like, yeah, I'm not wearing that pride shirt, bruh. The loony left, and I'm not saying, I say the loony left intentionally, like the Young Turks, that side, because not everybody who's leans left is loony, but that community specifically, the sheer arrogance to be like, wear the shirt.
Yeah.
Wear the flag.
Also, the title suggests that personal values should come after your reverence for your team, which is hilarious because it gives this like idea that the sport, like a game that he plays, should be more important than his religious.
Faith. When the team held Pride Night, he refused to wear the rainbow-themed warm-ups. Head coach John Tortorella addressed the media post-game.
Really a great night with Provi.
So it was the warm-ups. It wasn't even a jersey. It was the warm-ups. Hey, you want to see something crazy? Over 51% of the people who watch this channel are not subscribed. And the ones that are subscribed, only 10% have their bell notification on. So do me a favor. Please hit that subscribe button. Turn the bell notification on so you don't miss anything we have going here. All right? I appreciate you.
Yeah, so I think they only wore them during warm-ups.
Yeah.
He's being true to himself and to his religion.
That's right.
This has to do with his belief in his religion.
That's right.
And it's one thing I respect about Provi. He's always true to himself.
This is disappointing from Tortorella. However, at the end of the day, he is John Tortorella after all. Now, this is where we...
What a L, bro.
Dunked on. After all, this is disappointing from Ruslan, but at the end of the day, it is Ruslan.
Yeah.
Got him.
And by the way, and the coach... This coach, I was reading the article on ESPN. This is a plot twist, okay? So just buckle up, because some of you guys are gonna be triggered. He learned from the Black Lives Matter not sitting during the Star Spangled Banner and the Pledge of Allegiance. He learned from that because he came out against that he should have just left it alone and let people do what they want to do. So That's a plot twist.
So he's saying he was against it initially. Then
He was against.
he got dragged.
Yes,
he got,
was. No, not that he got dragged. He's just like that was kind of an L for me.
Oh, okay.
To like care so much about folks not wanting to, you know what I mean?
Do something before the game.
Yeah, and so now he's like, yeah, I just let people have their views, and if he doesn't want to wear this, like that has nothing to do with him as a hockey player.
Yeah, he's like, game starts in 10.
Right.
So.
Right. And he said his team was cool with it. They had good conversations about it.
The little game that
I bet you that's where this video is going. This is the same guy that said,
and will not allow history to just be washed away. Because in 2016, John Tortorella said
Told you.
of San Francisco
Told you. I
49ers
called it,
quarterback
right?
Colin Kaepernick's protest, if any of my players sit on the bench for the national anthem, they will sit there the rest of the game. That's when Tortorella was asked another question.
Is there any consideration on your part when he chose not to wear the jersey to not play him as a result?
No. I'm not going to answer many more questions.
The hard-headed Tortorella, who always
so pause it.
so they left out the part.
This is him saying about bench any players who protested or took a knee during the national anthem, right? So this is the quote that the Young Turks just put up. And check out his response. This is the coach. He says, I learned a lot through that experience. My feelings towards any type of protest to the flag during the anthem, it disgusts me to this day. It disgusts me. It shouldn't be done. Those are my feelings. I can't push those feelings onto someone else. So I was wrong in saying that back then. I didn't realize I was. But once I went through it all, who am I to push my feelings onto someone else? And then it goes on to say the Russian Orthodox Church, like other major Eastern Orthodox branches, doesn't perform or recognize same-sex marriage. You don't say, ESPN. You don't say. You know, they're going to make this a Russia's bad thing, which, you know, sometimes Russia be out of control. So here's what I want to do. And we do this sometimes, not all the time. I want to keep this conversation going on Patreon. It's not going to be very long, but it is going to unpack some of this from a scriptural standpoint. We're going to go offline, Patreon only, exclusive. And on Patreon, I am going to give you guys a very sober breakdown from scripture and from two additional ways of why people come to the ethics they come to, secular ways, of how somebody can make the argument that they don't have to participate in this. Because when you look at the secular research and the secular ways of coming to ethics, it is a net negative, okay? And so we're going to go over that in Patreon. It's going to be more of like a critical thinking workshop, if you will. And if you're not signed up on Patreon, you should, so I can stop making commercials. Hey guys, I'm Ruslan from the future. Christians stopped influencing culture and all got exiled to a tropical island. Help me in the effort to influence culture with contextualizing the gospel through faith-based media, and sign up for our Patreon for only $5 a month and get me out of this place, all right? You get exclusive access to podcasts, daily after-party streams, access to our Discord, and so much more, please. I'll see you over there.